I was gonna say, where's the woo?
Woo, it's a quiet woo today. My head.
You know what I've noticed is, and I don't know if it's just working on a collab period or just feeling like you have to do more when you're solo, because I know how that's like myself, but I noticed you've got way more pep when
Yeah, I
you're
gotta
doing
be
your
more.
Buffy.
Oh my God. That's because Buffy, I do it way like I do it, I think later in the day, so I'm like more awake. I do it after work and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I get to do something fun now.
Okay, all
But
right.
it depends on the show vibes too.
That's true. That's true. If you're not enjoying the show, it's kind of hard to be.
Well, and shows have different vibes. I feel like when this show has like those big moments, like I feel like last week I was very into it. But like when Buffy's having big, silly fucking fight scenes, I'm like, yeah, versus when I'm like, oh my God, someone's gonna die. It is very different. That's okay.
Uh,
There's gonna be an episode of Buffy coming out where I'm probably the most annoyed of any recording I've ever been in.
it
Because
won't
it's like,
be your last
yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, it's a whole episode where it's Xander's point of view, and it's the worst episode of season 3, in my opinion. As someone with 3 episodes to go, it's the worst episode.
It won't be your last time.
Oh yeah, no, I was talking to a friend and she was like, "Ooh, there's an episode in season 4 that's the worst rated out of the whole show." And I was like, "Well, I can't fucking wait for that one.
It's
I don't know
probably
what
one
it
I
is."
skip all the time. I
Eh,
forget.
that
I
would make sense.
there's a couple of episodes. Well, not a couple. I mean, there's a few episodes that I just won't watch at all, unless the reactor has a unique spin on bad episodes.
Yeah.
Um, so, but yeah, it won't be the last for you.
Yeah, I just tear them down. And I'm mean about it. I think I was kind of nice to the episode. I understood what they were going for. I just don't think they achieved it.
Yeah, and that happens in Hercules and Xena as well. So yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I understand what they were doing and why they did it and what they were going for, but I don't think it works sometimes.
Well, and also, and I think this is one reason. Before I say that, hey everybody,
Oh yeah,
welcome back.
hi. They're like, we're here.
Yoo-hoo. Brooke is reacting to Hercules and Xena. We've been in a discussion about reactors and reacting and all that kind of stuff. And I was getting ready. Oh gosh, now I forget what I was getting ready to say, but I thought it would be important for you all to hear it. What were we just saying about?
Oh, we are saying like they try things in shows, but and it's cool
Oh,
that they try things, but it doesn't always work out.
yeah. And what I was going to say, and this is one reason why I like watching reactors, different age groups, different countries, all that kind of stuff, because not only is there a generational reaction that's different because cultural views have changed, societal views have changed, but, or not necessarily changed, but what's publicly acceptable has
Hmm.
changed, and that kind of stuff. But other countries, certain things are allowed and certain things aren't, and they're like, why are they doing that? That's so disrespectful. Meanwhile, in other countries, like, oh, that's norm, you know,
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, it
So,
definitely depends on where you're from. I watched Die Hard yesterday for my Christmas movie
uh huh.
reaction. And honestly, it was a little more progressive than I thought it would be, but then there were other parts where you're like, "Ooh, that not so much." And that comes with watching 80s movies.
Well, I watch folks get upset about some of the what seems like the weirdest things to me, and I'm like, okay, I'll just chalk it up to me being Gen X because
Yeah, no,
that
I
doesn't
just get
bother me at all.
I get there I think if I'm very invested in the source material, like when I'm watching people react to like Hunger Games or something, which was like a very important book series to me and I believe has like a very important message, but it got lumped in like the young adult section. So people are like, it's just like Twilight or Divergent. And I'm like, it's not. These movies
Well,
have a very big message.
and
Um,
novels get Hollywoodized, so
yeah, but
yeah.
they're some of the best adaptations ever, I'll be honest, to film if you read the books.
Hmm.
The they push the love triangle more than in the books, and that's a complaint I have. But
Yeah.
like overall, they're very good, and the movie does focus on the important stuff a lot of the time. They're actually pretty dark if people haven't seen them, but there's a couple scenes where I think it's so obvious, even without reading it, why something happened, and so many reactors don't get it. And I'm like, so maybe it's not obvious, but then I watch it with a friend, but he's very movie literate
Uh-huh.
and he didn't read the books and he understood it. So I'm like, there's moments like that where I get annoyed, but then I just move on. I don't, I, I just either will watch somebody else or I'll just finish the reaction and be like, it's fine. They just didn't understand that part.
So you're almost done with season 3 of Buffy?
Yeah, I have 3 episodes left.
I'm trying to think if you've gotten to that scene. I
We can
don't,
play it safe. I'll be done by next Friday.
yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you've gotten to the scene yet. I think it's in the second to last episode.
Oh, okay.
There's a phrase, and everybody takes that phrase as being a sexual phrase, but it's not. If you grew up with boxing back in the day, the phrase is
Oh,
actually um, a boxing term,
oh,
type
I'll
of
keep
thing.
my eye out for it.
I think I
Cause
kept
yeah,
it vague enough you won't know what I'm talking
yeah,
about,
I'm
but
watching episode 20 next.
I think it's in 21. So,
Okay, yeah. So I'll probably be watching that this coming week. So
okay.
by next Friday, I'll know.
Getting off track though. All right. So, yeah, I like watching reactors because even if they don't see things the exact same way that I do, I think that's important because that teaches me. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and it's fun to see how other people see stuff. And I, as a reactor, that's why I always am in my comments, like responding and reading you guys' thing, because a lot of people will like let me know, like, hey, this was actually representing this, and like, this is what was happening at the time. And I appreciate that because, like, yeah, obviously, if we don't have any information, all we can do is like make a guess based off our own experience.
right.
So that's what I try to do in my reactions. And sometimes I'm right, and sometimes I'm very wrong.
Well, even sometimes with explanations, it goes, shoo.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I agree, but
I,
okay.
well, I'm like, I don't see it. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Sometimes you're like, sometimes that's me though. If I love a piece of media, I'll make so many more excuses for it than if I don't love it. I'll be like, no, 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 they were doing that on purpose. And they're like, no, it was just bad. And I'm like, no, 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 you don't understand.
Back to Hercules. We're on season 2, episode 2, officially, because
Officially, I was
we
lied to.
we tricked. I almost called you Hope. We tricked Brooke with the first episode of Xena. For those who don't watch both, I made her think she was watching episode 2 of Hercules.
I figured it out
Yeah,
jokingly, but I was right. I
yeah, she did
was like,
figure it
wow,
out.
Hercules hasn't been in here for a while.
This one aired September 11th, I believe. Yes, September 11th. And this one is
I
called,
still was not born yet. Just keeping track.
we're getting closer.
We're getting there, but not yet.
This one's called All That Glitters.
I like glitter. I want. I know all that glitters is gold from the song from Shrek.
Okay.
I that probably did not inspire the title, but it should have, even if Shrek didn't exist yet. I don't know. Glitter makes me think of fairies, but I feel like we're not getting like fae in this show since it's like more Greek mythology.
Yeah, are we going to have any sci
But maybe
fi?
like yeah, like maybe or like I was like thinking like the fantasy like version of like fairies or fae, like almost elfish would be cool, but I doubt it. That's just like where my brain goes with glitter. But like it's probably something to do with like gold or diamonds or jewels and things like that.
Who knows?
Unless
Maybe.
they're just gonna put glitter on Hercules, which is like fine, like go full Gallivant and send him to like the gay fantasy strip club or whatever. Like I'd watch it.
Watch him in his go go boots up in the
Yeah.
cage.
I'd watch it.
I was going to say, when you mentioned the gold and diamonds and whatever, I was like, well, maybe we'll see Autolycus again.
Oh God, the thief guy.
Yeah.
Wait, the thief guy or the
The thief guy.
The new guy, right? The new one who we
The
just
new,
met.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Because my brain already forgot the guy's name who liked to sell stuff. He could also be in something with a bunch of gems and shit.
Salmonius.
Yes.
Yes,
I remember
he could be
two names
pawning
in this
stuff.
show.
He could be a pawn shop owner now.
Yeah, I remember Hercules and Aeolus, and sometimes I don't even get his name right, guys. So you gotta bear. I'm not great with names. It took me like a season to remember Giles isn't Giles. Because I like write names down to help myself remember them.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm bad at it, but then I like see it as I wrote it, so I'm like, gee, guh. But I eventually got there.
Everybody was telling me with Game of Thrones, you need to write it down, you need to take notes. And I said, oh no, if
It's
I have to
hard.
take notes, I am not going to enjoy it. So
Yeah, yeah.
I might as well fumble and enjoy.
I don't take notes on this. Me and my friend are discussing doing a show where we watch a season of old reality television and then partake and then try to recap the whole season. So I might have to do it for that. But yeah,
Okay.
for this I don't.
And
But
then you're
that's a
looking back
show
at your notes
idea.
going, now what did I mean by that?
Yeah. We're starting with Big Brother season 2. So if we
Okay.
ever get through it, that would be like a fucking yearly release. It's gonna take so long, but you know, it may happen one day.
Fun. I noticed my cheek is getting really red. For those of you who are not aware of that, I have some weird thing that happens where it gets really, really red to the point of getting purple.
Oh.
And it gets really hot, but I don't have a fever. It's not blood pressure. We think it's migraines, but we don't know. So don't worry about the red cheek.
I would just assume it's warm there.
No, I'm in my basement,
But
which has no heat. Well, it has a wood stove, but I don't have the wood stove going, so no heat source. So, all right.
that's okay.
All that's glitter. Let's get to it. Let's see what kind of trouble Hercules is trying to get people out of. Who's
Let's
his
go.
sidekick this time? Which returning characters are we going to see?
Yeah, I'm expecting Aeolus. I've decided he's a main character. I don't know if he actually is. Or if he's
Okay.
still a side character.
Okay. Yeah, and you saw that the thing didn't, the credits didn't change all that much.
No.
And I do have my phone, so if you ask questions, I can look at IMDb
Okay.
quickly
That
and not
makes
mess
sense.
things up.
This is the story of a time long ago. Hercules.
Drama. I
Shirts off
too like
again.
to just stand out in my steel mill and with my shirt off. That's what I do for fun too.
That's a big horseshoe.
Bro, I don't remember last time I seen him with a horse.
I want to buy a horseshoe.
Hey, I was right.
How are you? Couldn't be
I'm
better.
a king.
I had a custom made for 12 dinars. Did I get a deal or what?
Bargain. Are you colorblind?
No, not in the least.
Well,
It's for
Hercules
good luck.
attacking Scottish
I'm on my way
people
to
for
Ulysses.
liking
King Midas
colorful
built the
plaid.
largest gambling palace this side of the Aegean.
King Midas.
He's the one with the golden
We're gonna
touch.
have a thing about Midas.
Too
I should have
bad.
thought of that.
Told Finn I would have thought
We're
he'd
gonna
learned
have a
his lesson.
commentary on gambling. Is this kick?
Yeah, well, I didn't know if you knew the phrase "all that glitters is gold," so I
I
was
did,
debating
but
on
from Shrek song.
I was debating on whether I was going to tell you if you didn't know it, but
Shooting stars break the mold. It's not that. Not weird. Weird. Sorry, they didn't watch Shrek in the past.
I am glad you know who Midas is, so
Yeah,
you'll
I
kind
know
of
who
get
Midas
some
is.
of the stuff.
Is he gonna turn to gold in this episode? That's drama.
We'll have to see.
Drama.
Where does that story come into play?
Yeah. I feel like he's the most well known of those stories. But there might be some people who don't know it.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's still a little warm.
Yeah.
Ow! Don't touch it.
Another year.
Oh my god.
And no crops.
Passion.
The temple building, castle, whatever you want to call that building, always reminds me of the Mayan and Aztec structure.
I can see that. I'm
I-
gonna be 100% honest. I didn't look at the building. I was looking at his cloak the entire time.
Okay. I thought you were commenting on the
are
buildings.
distracting.
Let me make sure. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Yeah, I messed up the video, everybody, so sorry about that. She totally missed the buildings, and I wanted her to see the buildings.
There was something shiny on the screen. Oh, yeah, the architecture is also beautiful.
Yeah. So, but it always
a little
reminds.
more circular than I would picture, but I see what you're saying with like the layers.
Yeah, the layers. And
Yeah, but look
the
how
point
shiny.
at the top. But yes, the cape is extra.
Yeah, iconic.
And her dress. Look at that waist.
That girl is cinched. Oh, hurt. If she's wearing a corset, that must fucking hurt.
Yeah, I agree.
Be that cinched.
And no crop.
I think they were complaining about no food.
Nothing is planted, nothing will grow.
Her dress
Do you
looks
blame me?
whiter on the backside.
Yeah,
To the
maybe it has
king,
like a
Midas the
covering
Magnificent.
at the front.
People listen to you. All they care about is money.
Capitalism
No
is
one in
the
my
enemy.
kingdom is-
They still gotta eat. They can't gamble all day.
I guess it's just the way the sun hits it makes it look white.
Oh, yeah.
Ironheads!
You up there, get down!
Okay,
What are
children
you
can
doing
have
in this
apples.
orchard?
Like,
We
chill.
were hungry. We haven't had anything to eat all day.
They're still thieves. I don't
It's
think
an
the owner
apple.
would begrudge hungry children a couple of apples.
Pilgrim,
Floor
someone should
apples,
learn you the laws
children.
of the land. The first law is mind your own business.
Not hiding behind the children.
Well, we do know he's a chicken.
Yeah. To be fair, he doesn't have to help you in this fight. You started it. For the right reasons, but you did start it.
I'm salamonious because I do that a lot.
Like, I support you. He needs to finger guns him and be like, you got this.
Nobody gets away with attacking King Midas's Ironheads.
Story
Well, maybe
of a
it's not
time
about
long
gambling.
ago. A time of myth and
I feel like
legend,
maybe
when
it's
the
like
ancient
they like
gods were petty
twisted
and
it
cruel,
from him turning
and they
stuff to gold
plagued
to him
mankind with
being
suffering.
gambling because it's
Only
still a
one man
greed thing.
dared to challenge their power.
Maybe.
Then they also don't have to
Strength
use a lot of
surpassed
gold
only
paint.
by the powerful
I do know one of the
gods.
scenes,
But
two of the
wherever
scenes
there
that they've
was
taken
evil,
out is Zeus.
wherever entered,
Yeah,
there
he's
would
not
be
in the show. They do keep Hera in the opening, but I can't remember the last time she was involved in it.
Yeah. Don't know when
Maybe they
or
bring her
if or yeah.
I feel like they want her to be like a final boss kind of thing, so you have to do other people first.
Big boss matchup.
Come on, boys, we're
Yeah.
walking you home. Midas may have been greedy and materialistic, but he was never mean or cruel.
Guess we'll find out when we get to my Odysseus, huh?
I don't remember anything nice about Midas from his story, so
So they might be rewriting a little bit.
Everything from
Yeah.
cradle to cane. I lend people money for their worldly goods.
So they can gamble at the palace.
He's
And
a
then when
line
they can't
shark.
afford to pay,
It's called
bro
a
should go on
shop.
Pawn Stars.
it's their proper execution that makes you a profit.
So we do have a pawn
By
shop.
the way, I'll give you 2 dinars for the blanket.
You
Port
were robbed.
Toga.
Take it off your hands.
He's got good head for business, but no taste at all.
No taste at all.
Got a couple of strongmen.
Some acrobats.
Yep. Jugglers. This is quite the casino if we have a casino.
Where everyone has a
Yeah.
chance to make their fortune.
It gives circus vibes. But then, so I think that's some of the theme. I've never actually been to
What a
Vegas
pleasant
or anything.
surprise.
I am not a
I'm
gambler.
running a kingdom. My new kingdom.
There's a casino about 3 hours from me. I've never been there.
Yeah, there's one down in Connecticut. I went once for my grandfather's birthday, but I didn't gamble. I just walked through the stores and stuff.
By the way, where's Flaxen?
Oh, she's around.
She's around. She's pissed because I destroyed the country and people are starving.
The shell game.
Bro, you never play the shell game. They steal it.
He's still my heart.
That horseshoe got flatter and smaller.
Where are they getting food from if no one's growing food?
That is a good question.
For the whole family.
Hercules like, no, I don't think this is a good
Fill my
thing.
goblet. Hercules.
Don't drink that.
Lotus leaf nectar.
And when
Oh,
helps,
that
then
nectar
the
stuff
pain
was used in a
rush.
Percy
Losers
Jackson
forget
in
they're
the
losing
first
so they
book.
can gamble more.
Okay.
It's
that
similar
too.
where they go to Vegas for something and they start to lose
Phineas.
track of time.
Could you tell
Oh,
my
okay.
partners I'd like a moment with
Yeah,
them?
they use a similar storyline in there.
Why aren't you at your throne shaking hands?
Bro,
Ross?
I'm making fun of your
Is the voluptuary
shirt.
in? Tell her I'd like to introduce her to some of my
That
friends.
big ol'
Who
armor.
told you to quit your post?
Yeah, he's got like nipple plate.
This is Hercules.
It looks like how they designed
You don't
female
leave
armor.
unless
It's kind
we
of funny.
say.
I think a little courtesy is in order.
We
They don't
stand
seem like
much
they
on formality
believe
around
him.
here.
Hercules, huh? Wait here.
Why?
Who's working for whom?
What? Ah! He like it looks dumber every time I see it.
With the open shirt look.
Yeah, and the cheerleader
This man
skirt.
claims to be Hercules.
Drama.
So prove it. Do something strong.
I don't have to prove anything.
I thought
You
it was gonna be
certainly
the
have
blonde girl. It's a
self-confidence of
different
a
lady.
Hercules.
Okay, I know she's evil, but her dress is
Salmonius, the
iconic.
younger. And may I say,
Gold lame.
She looks like the
this is
Hercules version of a
monument
real
to human
housewife.
ambition and ingenuity.
Salmonius is like the stereotypical male.
He's just like, hello, yes, whatever you want.
He's almost as blatant as Mel Brooks is in his films, if you've watched any of them.
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh. Your folks need to get you watching Mel Brooks.
They're like, sorry, Buffy's long.
Well, these are movies, so it might take you a while, but you're doing one a month.
Yeah. Maybe in the future we'll do more. But
Right,
that's
Hercules,
the
think
brain
about it
power I
in
have right now.
I'm not big on places that separate poor people from their money. The human spirit can't
Like
always
the
be strong.
government. Dude, Hercules would not stream on Kick. Everyone who gets that reference knows
Stick
what I'm talking
around,
about.
big boy.
My best wishes, and that's a terrific dress.
It is. He's not wrong.
When I could have a
He looks
partner like her.
iconic. He's like the original
Could be
simp.
trouble.
Or
Salmonius?
maybe he can make us even more
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah. That Mahjong?
Yeah, I more understand people who gamble playing games of skill than chance, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you can be good at
I
something.
never thought I'd see anything like this in my lifetime.
You talk
At the end of the
nice.
day, though, the house
Think
is
you can
always
keep
gonna
yourself
win.
busy for a while?
Those are Vegas girls. I do like the headpieces.
Yeah, it's a fun outfit.
Wait on them bones down here!
Oh, there's the blonde lady.
It's Midas's daughter.
Yeah, the other lady's definitely in control because you wouldn't think the king's daughter would be doing that.
Oh, well, and I was going to say, I don't know if that's his daughter, but the earlier blonde lady was his daughter.
Yeah, I think they're the same. If they put two blonde ladies in, that's gonna be really confusing.
As soon as she takes the mask off, we'll know for sure. There we go.
See, Hercules is like me. So, like, if she wants to do it, I support her.
First to reach the opposite pole wins.
The
bag of
those are
coins held
children.
by our very own
They're
And they
gonna go
didn't
to
look
the
like-
fucking Hunger Games, bro.
I was going to say, didn't look like they wanted to do it, and there's no safety net.
Come easy.
And people are like just chill with that.
Makes your heart beat a little faster, doesn't it? Begin!
Dude, I was so right talking about the Hunger Games at the beginning of this reaction. No, see, guys, you both don't move. 'Cause what are they gonna do?
Get your bet down?
Boys, don't move. Coming to get you.
Now. We wouldn't want to
Could
upset
you have done that before they
You might
got
lose
to the
your
middle?
balance. And where else can two orphans earn this kind of money?
How did they become orphans?
Yeah, they killed their dad, right? That's literally the same excuse. They're like, yeah, but we give the child who wins the murder convention money.
We could use someone like you.
Nice.
Did you consider that you run out of kids to do the act?
In case you didn't know.
If you kill them?
And he is just what I want.
Ma'am, I don't think he's gonna stay. I think he's just gonna destroy your stuff.
Well, and don't
Well,
all
I'm
the
not
women
so
want Hercules?
Yeah, pretty much. I thought Xena was different, and then they change it.
Adding the spikes. I'll have to speak to them about that.
Yeah, I saw you spoke to
I
them
was
earlier. I'm sure
okay
they'll
with
listen.
making the tiny children do it above
It's easy for you to
Stone.
point fingers.
so they could bash
Well,
their
we did
heads
during the
in.
last
But
drought,
okay.
No more worrying about plagues or too much water or not enough. It may be
I mean, I think
gambling.
that stuff can
At least
still
we're in
happen.
control.
I don't think having a gambling house
forget.
makes like the weather
I am
change.
still looking here.
Well,
King should be
and
wise enough to know when he needs help.
how is this making a difference
be the
for
judge of
the
that.
crops and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, because he even said they're not growing anything, so they're gonna run out of food.
I tell you, he's gonna be trouble.
I'm sure it won't be anything you can't handle.
I think his
This is
I forget what
Hercules.
they're actually called, but the skirt, I think
I'm
it's
sure there'll be a few gods out there
fairly
who would love to
accurate.
see him get his comeuppance.
Yeah,
maybe
probably. It just looks like a cheerleader skirt.
it does the way it's paired up.
Like, yeah.
I think it has more
I
fabric
bet you'd be
than the
very pleased to
Roman
help us get rid
soldiers
of
would have,
Hercules.
but
That makes sense.
Flax,
Hello, don't judge
I'd like
me
to
for
talk
my
to you.
career choices.
About what?
dance.
Hello?
My father shakes hands and I shake
I
my...
get the picture.
Do you? Your stirring things up will only put us in more danger.
He gets her fucking killed, but it's like, yeah, but there's no more gambling.
Boy, can eat for $1.50? How do they do it?
They figure anything that can keep you inside the palace will keep you gambling.
They're not wrong.
There's dessert on the next table.
I gotta be going.
Salmonius put food down?
She's actually very pretty. She just has like a fake beard. Get over yourself. What the fuck do you want,
Who said
nipple
you could come in
guy?
here?
I was disappointed when you didn't finish your last dance.
Ew.
Oh,
He
the
was
way you
already
dropped the last
creepy. They
veil
were like,
gave me
just so
such
you really know,
pleasant
we don't like him.
dreams.
You're a pig.
Oh, is that any way to talk to your future husband?
Ew. Yeah, bite him. No.
Did he call her a slave?
Yeah, he's a wife or slave.
Wife or
So he
slave?
was like, you'll either
Okay.
marry me or I'll turn you into a slave.
You
I
don't
don't
have
think Hercules is gonna
Do
like
this.
that.
Who did this to you?
Don't get involved, please.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you need his help.
Yeah,
Cigars.
sweetie, we gotta do something.
Someone needs to teach you respect for women.
Like
I
I
had to
had.
get my ass kicked by a bunch of women, and then I learned.
Right. I take that to mean
Your
you'll be
turn.
part of our show.
So he tricked him.
Oh,
I'm not part
she
of anyone's
fucking
show.
got you, bro. Well, you're gonna be if you wanna.
Ouch.
They're fine.
Oh, he's gonna go. He's body surfing.
Oh.
We did talk about how they like to film them flying through the air.
Yeah, like, whoop. I'm like, I've never seen tons of fights in real life, but that would be insane. I only watch boxing, so they don't like pick people up and throw them.
Have you noticed all the clash of culture?
Speaking of money, I'm very
Yeah, they're
impressed.
definitely pulling in whatever they
You've
like
earned it.
feel like from other cultures,
Yeah.
I don't fight
which
for
is
profit.
interesting.
Because
You
isn't
tell
that
Cigars
lion
this is
thing
over.
very
He doesn't hit blacks in again.
Thailand?
Ever.
Yeah,
Um,
like the statues outside the not the palace. What's it? The
So-
word is escaping me.
Hercules has a thing
Outside
for
the
a little
casino?
dancer, huh?
Yeah, no, but in real life they're outside of
Oh.
I have them in
Thank you.
Japan too.
Oh.
Cigars
The
Uh,
word
haven't
is
had
like
our
broken in my
discussion
brain. It's gone. It's not a sanctuary.
I
It's
decided
not
I'm
a
not going to
palace.
dance anymore.
It's
Temple.
Good for you.
temple. That's the word. They have different
I'm worried
temples
about
and
my
like
father.
they
They've
tend to
threatened us
have,
before, and
I
I'm not
think,
sure he can
the
stand up to
lions
Cigars
outside
and
in
Voluptua by
a
himself.
certain
He's the
country.
king.
Yeah.
His subjects should stand up with him.
I'm not sure he has that kind of influence anymore. Besides, the Ironheads
Yeah,
are very
are you
strong
really
and
a leader
powerful.
if no one respects
I've already
you?
offered your father my help.
He's a proud man.
I'm here. if
Okay,
you need
his daughter's getting like physically abused, so his pride's gonna need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do pick a lot from Greek and Roman, where I'm like, okay, which one is which?
She is losing parts of her beard.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing where she's hot at the
Hercules was
end,
right.
and he's gonna
We
be
fooled
like,
ourselves.
oh,
Your intentions were good.
the road to
Even
hell
I
is
was
paved
wrong.
with good intentions.
One day, when you have children of your own, you'll realize that a parent can never stop loving them.
Even
I'm
if they
more
try.
concerned about losing your love.
You won't.
I would die a happy man if I could really believe that.
Ooh, dude, don't say that in this show.
Flaxen.
You might
Promise me
actually
one
die.
thing.
He
You'll
was
get
the
Hercules to help you
third
set this kingdom
person
back on the
shown
right path.
on screen,
You aren't going
Yeah.
to do anything foolish.
or
are you?
fourth, depending on which one.
Foolish?
I
should
feel
have
like
done a long
kings
time
die a
ago.
lot in this show, though. And then they could have Herbie in charge.
Well, no, it's been attempted murder for some
Okay,
of
yeah,
the kings.
maybe.
You're gonna have to find yourself another stooge for this enterprise.
I don't think they're gonna like that.
Don't go behind the curtain.
Bro, they're gonna kill you.
Thaddeus.
I don't have a lot of faith in Thaddeus keeping.
Yeah, no
Other
offense, Thaddeus
people.
looks like 18.
If that.
What's he gonna do with his styrofoam spray painted spear? Okay, it was like 2 seconds.
King has new quarters.
Well, they beat him up real fast.
Wow, Thaddeus, you're just gonna do him like that? That's fucked.
That's pretty. I've seen that design a lot lately.
Yeah, it's a pretty common mandala, I think.
Yeah. Peacock.
Oh, she serves Hera. Hera's just like putting together the bad bitch, like, Avengers.
For you.
A present. From
Okay.
Hera. Don't touch the blades.
Just give you a
Cut and
blade?
sear, and no one will be able to stop the bleeding.
Oh, drama.
That's a thick sigh.
It'll destroy him. So
To be fair
Midas ever was.
to Hera, I don't know if she knows Hercules is involved, but she is still fucking him over, so her goal is working.
The gods are always watching.
Yeah, so she was probably like, I'll help you this one time because he's there. Okay, rude.
I'm worried about
Oh.
your father.
I just
He said
realized
hit
what
me.
happened. Yeah, I was like,
Hit
I
me.
missed something.
I was like, why are you punching him? And then he was like, that's not how we play. I was like, oh, he said hit me.
Yeah.
I've never played, but I know that's what you say.
He was just acting kind of funny. Salmonius.
Losing more and more.
Now she just has a mustache.
Well, and the pork chops.
Oh.
I'm just following orders.
You used to follow my
Okay,
orders.
excuses.
I mean, the people are ripe for a change, but
But what?
they'd need your leadership.
Oh, they don't trust
Just let me
you.
out. Just let me out.
Okay.
Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna die? Yeah.
Aw, I liked the kid.
They did that on purpose. They're like, see, he's like kind of sweet. And then you're like, oh, pop.
They had metal sound for her nails.
Informed me that Thaddeus had an
Pure gold
unfortunate
nail.
accident. There.
Drama. Like, she's evil, but she's like
I think we
iconic
finally
evil.
found a way to show.
She's what kind of evil?
She's like an iconic villain, right?
Oh.
Like, you
Is in your
remember her?
hands.
Yeah.
And if you don't do exactly as we say, they both die.
What are you gonna do? Keep them in that for the rest of their lives?
You get the odds pumped
Well,
up.
just
Bet
boxing.
on Sagalis, I take a dive and you collect.
Have some trust, big boy.
Why
would
would
want
he?
my
You
day
have
sister
two people
like
strapped
you,
to a
wouldn't
saw
he?
torture device.
Well, she's been up front. She hasn't hit anything, so he can trust what she's saying.
She didn't tell him about the scary knife.
Well, that's true.
Than our own voluptua.
Hey, but she's an icon. I don't like. She's bad, and I don't support her. But like, her fashion is on point. Oh, the people might get
Hercules will
mad
have
because
to win
it's
all of his
too mean.
events.
It's going to burn faster going up than it would if the rope was going down.
Throwing knife? Oh, you mean a slim knife? A short sword? An assegai?
Erroneous.
It'll be balanced.
Find me a knife. Thank you.
Place your bets.
Just get like a knife off the food table.
I can bet 5 dinars on Hercules to win 1. That's a 20% return. Put it all
Oh,
on Hercules.
Simonius.
Wait, hit the box more than one person?
Did you get the knife?
I'm working on it.
Work faster.
Faster.
Maybe don't come back till you have the knife. Thanks.
Here we go. Round 1 is about to start.
Thank you very much.
I want to remind you that if anyone makes a move to help Hercules, Midas will die instantly.
Well, yeah, what are they supposed to do if she's just gonna kill her?
I was waiting for her to go, that's all.
He's like, I don't care.
He had that blade awfully close to her face after
Right?
she told him not to touch the blades.
She trips.
Yeah.
My man has spikes on his fucking fist.
Yep.
Like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Not to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
So much for insects.
I was gonna say, you know who said that, right?
It was the boxer guy, Muhammad Ali, right?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Could I borrow that?
I was like, I'm pretty sure. Blackmail. That guy just fully has a weapon. Go for his spleen.
Where is the spleen?
Down there somewhere, I think. How's he gonna win and save them?
This should help even things up.
Honestly, it could be a good drawing.
I think it's a nail file, based on what she was doing with it.
Yeah. But you don't want a knife for throwing that's used.
Guess that takes your advantage away.
Lexan will still be my queen.
Not so much. He still
No
has a big
holds barred.
knife.
I love the sound effects every time. Just to remind you.
Hera's watching and she's like, my soundboard peacock? I kind of want her to get away because I think she'd be a good returning villain.
I like the girl.
Yeah, she's like, okay, I'll hit this guy.
The Iron Head.
As soon as you die, the fight will go out of them.
Probably not. Like, they don't really know him. Get him, yeah! Kick him
With
in
her
the
bare
face.
foot.
She's got some strong toes. Get him, kid.
Those were the tightrope kids, weren't they?
Yeah, they changed back into their normal orphan clothes.
Yeah. Just in case you didn't know, it was the Apple Boys.
Why? Get him!
Is that a frying pan that she was using?
Ah, damn. Kinda wanted her to get away.
Don't you have a debt to pay?
I thought you said you weren't going to be taking your clothes off anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, don't talk about my clothes. How rude.
Of course.
I
Not
mean,
bad for a nail file, huh?
Yes, it was brilliant.
It was a nail file.
Thank you, Hercules.
He is always thinking of others.
Yeah.
he's like, I helped. I should get something.
From this, those who betted against Hercules will retain their indebtedness. Their debt
So,
they
just
will
her.
repay.
I forget what it's called with the debt forgiveness that happens every 7 years that
Keep moving.
one of the countries used to practice, but I forget the name of what that law was of the debt forgiveness.
Oh, yeah. You know it ain't us.
No, we live in debt. I don't think it's a current law. It's an old law.
No. Oh, look who's pretty now.
He still screamed.
Why?
You
I hope she's no longer
Yeah, that
interested
too.
in him.
I want to know more about this.
I feel he
That
did
looks like
not
Salmonius
receive
hit
the
the
right
jackpot.
punishment for judging a book by its
Hercules, I
cover.
can't begin to think.
Yeah, he got away with it.
Promise me one
He's
thing.
like, please don't kiss my cheek. I'm
What
still
would that
loyal
be?
to my dead wife. She died
You
twice.
will never gamble with your blessings.
She could still come back.
Oh, they burned the
Oh,
building
we
down.
promise.
Good.
I think I understood the message of this episode.
You think?
Yeah, gambling is bad.
I thought it was a
Which
little
I
more
agree.
hidden.
They were like, no, we're gonna be honest with this one. Some people need to hear it. Yeah, but we're still dealing with that with all a lot of the platforms have like banned gambling streaming and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like real dangerous, and especially for kids, like getting them into it that young, very dangerous. No stuffed elephants were harmed during the production of this motion picture. I don't know if I saw a stuffed elephant.
I don't remember a stuffed elephant either.
Gambling is bad, everyone.
I thought that it was well hidden. The message was well hidden.
Well, I think they did a good job of showing how predatory it is by making like the people in charge of it into like the predators and like showing how evil they are and how they get you. Like they even had commentary on Salomonius being like, "Wow, why is the food so cheap?" It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, they get you to stay there and spend more money gambling.
Well, and everything has its twist. Not everything. That's a generalization, but a lot of products have stuff to keep you hooked. Cigarettes, soda.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Pepsi and Coca-Cola have the names that they do. They both had cocaine in them originally.
Well, yeah, and you know how most social medias use the color blue, like Facebook and Twitter and
Yeah.
stuff? They did research. The color blue keeps you awake and doesn't hurt your eyes as much, so you stay on it longer.
Okay.
Like everything's that kind of thing. But I think it's just so like gambling. I think those other things can argue that right, they're giving you a product. So like it's kind of like the difference between like an arcade and like straight on gambling. Yes, arcades are kind of just gambling for kids,
Yeah.
but there's like law requirements. Like arcades have to give you at least one ticket or whatever. It's because you have to get something for it to not be considered actual gambling. Gambling is where you can just lose everything and you get nothing.
Right. Right.
And I mean, I have people in my life who gamble and they do it for entertainment, but they're not doing it every day. Like they're like, oh, like once or twice a year they'll go down with a set amount of money and do it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but it's just very predatory and easy to like fall into a trap of addiction, I think is the problem.
Well, and I was going to say, you were talking about chance versus skill and all that, and going back to arcades, I'm at the generation, we went to the arcades all the time and either play pool or pinball or the arcade games, and 1 quarter could go a long ways if you were good at the game or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It could entertain you for an hour.
Yeah, there's a big arcade. I'm forgetting what it's called. It might be like Fun Spot or something. It's up in like Laconia, New Hampshire, which is way north of around where I'm living. But they have a whole section that's just the old style arcade games that you can still play for like a quarter.
Okay.
And then we did those, and then they also have like the games that give you tickets and stuff. And it's like, yeah, 1 quarter on a game upstairs, like we were playing for like 20 minutes versus like the ones that are more like gambling, where it's like you go through the money way faster.
Yeah,
But
I usually don't think of skee ball and the basketball thing and that kind of stuff as arcade because I'm just used to when I was in college, the two arcades that we had were basically half a block long, all arcade games
yeah,
of all
I'm
different
of the
sorts.
Chuck E. Cheese generation.
Yeah.
Give me my tickets and my dumb plastic toys.
I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese. I've always wanted to go though.
I would, as an adult, probably go to Dave and Buster's before
I
Chuck E.
was going to say, isn't there a B one
But
also?
I've never been to Dave and Buster's, actually. I don't go arcades that often because it's like gambling still, though. You spend a lot of money to get like nothing.
The little prize.
Yeah. So it is very much a thing where it's like, I'm like, that is a treat thing. Maybe we do it once or twice a year, but like.
You haven't watched Deadpool yet, have you?
Deadpool? Yeah, I've seen Deadpool.
So when he has the 3,000 tickets or 300 tickets for the Transformer ring, or I forget all the different options, but they were like a ring or watch.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw those movies in theaters. I was a very Marvel heavy person back in the 2012 to 2018 era of Marvel.
Okay.
And then I've fallen off a bit in that a lot of them are the same boring CGI. But I saw the new one, The Marvels, and I liked it. So,
I like the Marvels too. It was getting dumped on
that
pretty
it wasn't
heavy.
Yeah, because people hate women. But also, I enjoyed that it wasn't 2.5 hours. I enjoyed that it was an hour and 90 minutes. I was like, you know what? Thank you, because these movies are so fucking long.
Wait, an hour and 90 minutes?
Yeah, it was, maybe it was an hour. Yeah, it was like an hour and 90, I think. Which,
90 minutes is an hour and a half.
then maybe it was an hour 40.
Okay.
I don't know. It was under 2 hours, is what I remember, but I can't remember by how much.
So under 120 minutes total.
Yeah. But it was like, it was pretty good, and it wasn't super long, so I wasn't like bored as hell by the end of it, or just like ready to leave. Like these episodes, they are well paced.
Yeah, yeah.
They have a way better pacing than they started with, I feel like.
There's not a lot of fluff. We didn't have any traveling montages in this one.
No, they were like, we have a lot of sets for this one,
Oh,
so we really want you to be in there.
They did have a traveling scene, but not a montage.
Yeah. But I think that's probably because they put so much effort into this like casino set.
Yeah.
So they probably really wanted to use it.
As much as, yeah. Oh, well, and speaking of which, it had so many cultures. We had Thailand. I forget where belly dancing originates from. We had the circus. We had, which I always think of the circus as very American, but I
Yeah, I think
think
they had
England
them.
and all that had it back in the day too. So,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they were always taking advantage of people.
we had Scotland represented with the
I think
toga.
it's an interesting commentary probably on like Vegas and how all the hotels have very different themes, and some of them are just like culturally themed.
True, true.
So it's and there's the Roman one and like the France one, and like, so it probably, I feel like, has to do with that.
And like I said, the building itself reminded me of Aztec and Mayan type
Yeah.
structure. The more rounded, I think, would be more like, I think Tibet has the stacked rounded type of stuff. But yeah, just a lot of different I mean, we've seen different cultures in the different episodes, but not as much in one episode.
Yeah, I think it was more a commentary on how places like that pull a culture and only use it as almost a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Because it all did feel very gimmicky, but I think that was on purpose, and like to be like, that's what that's what like Vegas does, right? Like everything's a gimmick.
Well, with the circus, we have all the stereotypes of the circus. We had the bearded lady, we had the little person, we had the kids doing the tightrope.
Yeah, I could go off. I enjoy The Greatest Showman, but like the circus is awful, and that man was a monster.
I have mixed feelings about the circus. I understand the treatment of the animals and everything is not good, but I have such fond memories of the
Yeah,
circus,
it
of
can be
going to Bailey and
complicated.
Barnum and Bailey Circus when I was
Yeah,
little.
he's a bad man.
Yeah.
He's a horrible person. But
I
like, yeah,
didn't learn
I
about
mean,
that
I
till
see
I was an
people,
adult,
yeah.
though.
Yeah, then you're like, wait, but I enjoyed the time I went. Well, you don't have to take those
Yeah.
memories away, but you can be like, well, if I'm gonna go to a circus type thing, I'm gonna look into it more first and make sure it's like, because I think you can still go see trapeze artists and like things like that, and they're not being taken advantage of in that same way they were back then.
True, true.
So you can still do that, but yeah, or like go to an animal sanctuary where the animals are like well taken care of if you want to see animals, because like
Yeah.
it's like SeaWorld, bro. It's fucked.
I do have some sanctuaries I want to visit one day, but yeah. Getting back to, well, we're kind of in the episode. Getting back to some facts about the episode. You saw the disclaimer. I didn't see a
I
stuffed
didn't see it.
animal.
Maybe it was in the background or something, but I
Maybe.
definitely don't remember it.
I can research it and see if I find it, but Kaz and Zuroff, I don't think I'm saying that correctly. They'll probably clue you in on if there was an elephant.
Yeah, I assumed it was just like a background elephant or something.
Yeah. Now,
Otherwise, we both missed it.
yeah. Voluptua, this one with the style that you loved. She was
I
played
can't.
She was played by Jennifer Ward Leland. And that is actually Michael Hurst's wife. Michael Hurst is the one who plays Aeolus.
Oh, okay.
They've been married
See
since
that.
1988, and they're still married.
Wow. Good
So,
for them.
yeah.
Make it work.
So
They both kind of have that pretty funny vibe to them.
they do. I was going to say
So I can see that.
once you know that and you've seen both the personalities of the characters.
Yeah, even the characters, like, yeah. Just the
Yeah.
way they were acting and stuff. I was like, they give me that same vibe.
Yeah.
I
Very
wanted
much
her to get away.
stage theater type acting. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
I wanted her to get away, not because I like didn't want her to be punished, but because I wanted her to be like a reoccurring villain who works for Hera or something. Because I
Yeah.
think she'd be a great one.
Yeah. Well, and she did live, so she might be back.
Yeah. Yeah, she like ran at one point and I was like, "Oh, maybe they're going to have her slip away and then she'll come back in another episode."
If you haven't noticed, Hercules doesn't kill a lot. He kills a lot of the monsters, but
Yeah.
human beings he doesn't kill a lot.
That's probably fair. It's kind of like Buffy, where it's like, well, you have super strength, so you probably shouldn't be killing people.
Yeah,
Sometimes
kind of
I
a
think you
code.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Batman.
Talking about DC, I had to make a choice between I'm trying to save up money for my 50th birthday party. And so this month had 3 movies in it. And so I had to pick which one, whether it was going to be Wonka, Aquaman, or
Songbirds and Snakes is my vote. I already
was that
saw it.
December or was that November?
I think that technically came out in November, but I saw it at the beginning of December.
Okay. I can't, there was a third one for December and I can't remember what it was.
I
But
know
yeah,
Wish came out. I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen Wish. But I'm going to go see Wonka tomorrow. So
Oh.
I was like, if I have to pick
I'm
one to see in the theater, I want it to be Wonka.
I'm a Hunger Games girly, as we mentioned, so my ass went to see Songbirds and Snakes, and I got the souvenir popcorn tub and the souvenir drink cup, and
Oh,
it came with a free keychain that's like solid ass metal and super pretty.
oh, cool. My
It was
movie theater doesn't get all that fancy stuff.
Mine is a local place too. It's a
Oh,
local
is it?
small
Okay.
movie theater, but like they invested recently in like the nicest seats and everything, so I've been going to the
Oh,
movies again. And I have their rewards card. So like for the Marvels, I saw it for free and got a free popcorn. So I only
oh,
bought a
awesome.
drink. So it's like worth it. But yeah, Songbirds and Snakes was so good.
Our local theater is pretty cheap. It for the movie, a large popcorn and a large drink, it's about a total of $16 for me.
Yeah,
So,
I got that. It was 14 for the souvenir cup and popcorn thing.
okay.
So my food was 14 and then my ticket was $7.50.
That's not bad.
Their matinees when I was growing up used to be $5 and they only recently put them up to $7.50 like last year. They
Yeah.
hadn't had any price like raises before then, but I think that was fair.
Now, all
Like
through
a lot of
college,
places are like 20.
yeah. Well, I was going to say all through college, I would wait because the local drive-in would get the blockbusters for that year or the year before. And so I saw like Placid at the drive-in and Twister and Blair Witch Project.
The Fast 9 at the
So
drive-in.
loved the drive-in. I hate the fact that they've kind of gone away, although they've kind of made a
We have
comeback
one
with
up
COVID.
here. Yeah,
Okay.
we have one up here that's like an hour away from where I live. So we've
That's
gone
not
there a
bad.
couple times in the
Yeah.
summer. We always tend to leave before the second movie though, because we're all tired and it's a longer drive home. We're like, we got halfway through Dune when it was the second movie, and we're just like, I can't, I'm falling asleep.
That's the one thing I missed. On holidays, they would do 5 movies for $10.
Oh, that would be nice.
And
Ours are
you,
2.
well, you missed the first half of the first movie because the sun was still setting, and you missed the last half of the last movie because the sun was rising. But
Yeah, that would be
loved it.
yeah, they do 2 movies and they're normally something that's come like recently come out, and I think it's $20 a car.
Yeah.
So how many people you can fit in your car.
Right. Yeah.
So it's normally pretty affordable.
Yep. I miss it. I love the drive-in. But all right, we're meandering with
Yeah, sorry, we started talking again.
I realized I posted I've got Hercules ready to go up for later today, and I think it's another episode that's almost an hour long, even when I've cut the fat out. So I'm like,
Yeah, I just
wow.
exported it. I have to upload it to go up on Patreon after this.
I've got Dexter Newblood waiting for me to
Ooh.
finish editing the text so it can go up. So
Vibe.
okay. Thank you all for joining us on this journey. We'll see you on the next one.
Make sure you
Bye.
like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Bye. We didn't say that until the end.
The Queen's work never done. It's
Our
so
Queen's
busy.
work is never done.
Busy.
So busy.
You know, it's about time you guys got down on your knees and kissed my ass. I made you who you are today. Print that one for those boys back home.